Marinate the shrimp in this. Make sure the shrimp is coated well. This is a marinade that will stay with the shrimp, and marinate it for 2 hours before we put it on skewers. As you can see, it's quite easy to make this, and it takes only a few minutes in the tandoor. If you don't have a tandoor, you can always use the regular oven, and it'll take 5-6 minutes to make it. Even with the success of Moti Mahal restaurant, the world's view of Indian cuisine is still limited. Tandoori cooking is only one of the many different Indian styles that have amalgamated over a 5,000-year history of cultural influences. Tandoori cuisine is often thought to consist of chicken, goat, and lamb. However, India's coastline is 5,000 miles long, has 3,800 fishing villages, and employs 14 million people in the fishing industry. India is the second largest fish producer in the world, with shrimp making up over 60% of their seafood exports. Trout is very popular fish in the north, and that's where tandoori cooking originated. So today, one thing that we're showing is tandoori trout. We take a fillet of trout. For the marinade, we have vinegar, paprika, garlic, mango powder, ginger, black cumin. That's not very popular here, but it is popular in Kashmir. Lime juice. This is ghee. It's called the clarified butter. It has a very high temperature for burning. The carom seeds. So this is our marinade, and we have to grind everything together. Okay. We'll marinate it for 2 hours. The marinade should get inside the fish. We're also going to show a whole trout. Though brown trout are a common and popular fish in northern India, no species of trout originated in these lands. Trout are native to the icy mountain waters of Central and Western Europe. European anglers loved brown trout as they were considered a fine game fish and excellent for eating. Everywhere the British went, they brought fertilized eggs of brown trout and eventually rainbow trout. In 1899, F.J. Mitchell brought brown trout eggs from Howelton, Scotland to a small hatchery at Harwan in Kashmir. They were able to rear 100,000 eggs and began what is now a thriving brown trout population in the streams of northern India.
Well, this is the favorite part of everybody. Yes. Indian people love desserts, and we all have sweet tooth, as you know. Today we are making pistachio kheer. You boil 4 cups of milk and reduce it to half. And what you do is half a cup of sugar and then put some rice in it. And it cooks and cooks for a long, long time. So once it's all cooked, and we let it cool, and then we put a pinch of saffron on it. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit, which is about a pinch of it, and just stir it, and it thickens. Keep on stirring. This takes a long time to cook. How long will it take you to make this? This takes a long time, at least a couple of hours. You just let the milk sit there, and you make sure that you have to always keep stirring frequently, because if it catches the bottom, then it smells. You don't want the burn.
And I've heard that Indian cooking you can't rush.
During the spice trade, India amassed great riches. Those in a position of wealth often show their status by eating varak or silver foil on sweet dishes and desserts. It has anti-microbial properties and also can indicate if a dish has been poisoned with arsenic. According to Business India, an estimated 275,000 kilograms are eaten annually, which is an amazing $250 million worth of silver.
This is the finished product. We let it cook for a long time, and then what you do is we just garnish. These are all the pistachios. I remember my mom used to always make this, and we used to cut like this. It may be bad for you guys. You will think, oh, she's going to cut her finger. And then what you do is you just garnish it with the pistachios, since it has the pistachios inside. And this is very, very special. This is the silver leaf, which I don't know, I've never found it here, but I got this in India. So what you do is, oh, we did it!
This is a royal dessert for our family and guests.
Next, what we marinated, we put on the skewers. While we kebab the veggies and cheese, shrimp and trout, the tandoori oven heats to a temperature of 330 degrees or 630 degrees Fahrenheit. These Bite-sized morsels cook rapidly in the heat of the tandoor.
We are going to make the dough for the naan bread. This is about a cup of plain flour, and we'll put a teaspoon of sugar. I'm going to use my hands. This is what the real chefs do. Put a pinch of baking soda. This is warm water. You make the dough with the warm water and stir it. And you may need to knead it. This is an Indian way to knead the dough.
If you keep this dough for about an hour or so covered in a warm temperature, then it gets to rise.
Naan has a long history, with its first appearance dating back to 1300 AD and was served at the imperial court in Delhi for many centuries. It has as many different recipes and culinary uses as it has years of existence. For example, it can be served as a side dish, as a wrapping for meats, as a base for an open-faced sandwich or pizza, and can have ingredients kneaded into it to make it savory, spicy, or sweet. With the success of Moti Mahal restaurants, Indian cuisine became popular in the West in the 1970s, as many Western restaurants offer a basket of bread or rolls at the beginning of a meal. It became popular to have a basket of hot naan at the beginning of meals in Indian restaurants.
Well, now our dough is ready. We left it sit for a while so that it rises. We need little light and airy dough for the naan.
We put the oil on our hands before we start. It should be not only formed, but it should be elastic so that it stretches. These are the balls that I have previously made. As you see, they are very elastic and easy to be formed. All you need to do is knead it a little bit, then put it into shapes. Most people like elongated. Most of the naans are 10 inches by 5 inches. Put a little pinch of water, a sprinkle of water, stick this on the side of the tandoor, and within 60 to 90 seconds this should be ready to eat. Way you know it is if this will start to get brown on top, it'll expand a little bit.
We cooked in the tandoor, and we're going to put it here, and we're going to rub some more spices in it. Mango powder, some ghee, black cumin, mentholated leaves. We're going to mix them all together. Put the butter first on the fish. This gives it a little glaze.
This is a good combination. Ghee and fish.
Yeah.
Fish, no cholesterol, and ghee, lot of cholesterol.
And then we take this mixture of spices and we can put it here on top of the fish.
I was telling before, trout was introduced by the Scottish, and it really thrived in the glacial melts of the Himalayas, and it's very common in the northern India, and the tandoor, as you know, comes from northern India too. So
This is wonderful food.
Come on, let's have a toast for the chef.
To you, Anand.
All of you.
Yeah.
Good food.
Be honest and give us your real good opinions about the food.
I like the taste of bread when it actually tastes That's correct. This does.
So I love the fish and the chicken in particular.
The fish is excellent, really. And I love these onions.
Let me ask my father-in-law. He's 93 years old. How did you like the food, Pitaji?
Very good. I like it.
But this is incredible. This is, as always. I mean, we have eaten here for 30 years.
Early on in the episode, I mentioned that today I'm making something unique for my friends, and you know I never made tandoori
That's right. You didn't.
trout before.
Guess
Never
what?
tried.
Now you'll have to. 'Cause what are you doing next Saturday, Anand?
I think a lot of Americans think of Indian food as being vegetarian.
That's right.
My father used to go hunting every Sunday.
Uh,
Yeah, he went deer, duck, partridge, grouse, quail, rabbit.
You know our common friend Franco, he got me a little sticker that says vegetarians, old Indian word for bad hunter.
I'm sure everybody heard it.
what people in America really need to learn. Besides American food, there's food that is not only healthy, it's beyond healthy, it's delicious. And what is cooked in American Indian restaurants is not necessarily some Indian food. It's an Americanized Indian food. What we had here today is a real, genuine Indian food. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I want to take all of them.
You all had